This vinyl 12-inch of Pepsi and Shirlie with the Heartache from 1986 has to have one of the most sampled kicks and snares of any 12-inch I know. And if you give me a couple of minutes, I'll old school sample this into the Akai S900 and I'll show you what I mean. So let's go. A lot of 12 inches back in the day had sections of the song that were very sampling friendly in terms of isolating the different drum hits. I'm not talking about rap or hip-hop sampling here, I'm talking about isolating the kick and snare, etc., to be used in more glossy pop songs. And in terms of this release, Heartache, I'm going to use my Audio-Technica, quite modern turntable, and I'm going to sample into the Akai S900, which was a workhorse in pop music productions in the late 80s. And I'm going to sample at full bandwidth, not speeding up the turntable or anything like that to save memory or get some gritty sound. No, we were aiming for hi-fi as much as possible. So the S900 is in standby mode, the record is spinning, and now I'm sampling. And that's the end of the memory in the S900, and I'm done. Now comes the time of editing the sample and editing a program, etc., and isolating the drums. For the fun of it, I'm going to keep some of the vinyl crackle as well. Auditioning the sample at a slower speed can really give you an indication of what you need to trim in the front and at the back. So I need to trim a little bit off the end there to get rid of that shaker hit coming at the very end of the snare. So I work a little bit with the snare here, and I do the same with the kick from the same sample. And I arrange everything into a program in the S900 where I can have the snare and the kick on two different keys on the MIDI keyboards. I can play them in MIDI. And if I want to do some adjustments in terms of volume, loudness, etc. for each of the samples, I'm doing this here. And that was the little kit I made from this sampling session. Now I've imported those two samples into my DAW. I've arranged it into a little drum track here, added some gated reverb to both the kick and the snare. So let's check out how it sounds. And I've added that vinyl crackle as well. So let's slow this down, add some hi-hats and some other backing tracks. So let's see if you recognize this tune. These two samples from Heartache were used in a lot of hit songs in the 80s. I hope you liked this little venture into old school sampling and how you could get those sounds off 12 inches. As always, I'm Espen Kraft. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.